Continental Free Trade Area is now in force after 22 countries ratified and deposited their instruments of ratification at the African Union. Experts, however, say the real work of implementation must now begin, which will include drafting and making national several legal frameworks. Sarah Kimani reports.
Kigali, March 2018.
We need to summon the required political will for the African Continental Free Trade Area to finally become reality.
Just over a year later, and the agreement entered into force on Thursday last week, a historic achievement that ushered in the world's largest trading market of 1.2 billion people with a combined GDP of $2.5 trillion. The African Free Trade Zone will cut tariffs to zero on 90% of goods for member states, a move that will boost intra-African trade from 15 to 25% or $50 billion to $70 billion by 2040, according to the Economic Commission of Africa.
What is at stake is the dignity and well-being of Africa's farmers, workers, and entrepreneurs, particularly women and youth.
The operational phase of the agreement will be launched in July during the African Union Heads of State Summit in Niger. Before that, the AU Trade Commission must settle outstanding issues, including the rules of origin of goods, as well as schedule of tariff concessions in trade in goods.
The CFTA, when it comes into force, all the duties and other barriers to trade within Africa will be removed progressively. When that happens, this gives the business people a cost advantage.
Nigeria, Africa's largest economy, is yet to sign on to the agreement, with fears that a free trade area will hurt its domestic markets. Others that have not signed are Eritrea and Benin. Critics of the agreement, however, say the agreement may not work due to poor infrastructure, a possible clash of the AfCFTA with other third-party agreements that countries and regional blocs have entered into, as well as a vast economic disparities that exist among African economies.
A bigger market with no capacity to supply, henceforth, we don't expect much transactions in terms of total volumes. You see, you can have a bigger market, but do you have the capacity to produce so that you trade in that market?
They say only after these issues are conclusively solved will the agreement move from symbolism to reality, a real benefit for the continent. Sarah Kimani, SABC, Kenya.